Black van rolls up next to a crowded cafe in Cyprus. A man walks out holding 2 cups of coffee. The van door slides open, and before he can take a step, a hand shoots out and grabs his phone. Before he even realizes what's happened, it's gone. His phone, it's being driven away by the same black van full of men in black who just stole it. What the heck? How did they steal it without him even noticing? Was it some kind of magic? Was it telekinesis? Well, something like that. See, the van was equipped with a piece of tech so powerful it could steal your phone's data from across the street. And if that sounds crazy or far-fetched, trust me when I tell you that it's not. In fact, it's all true, and it happened more than once. You see, the mastermind behind it all was a certain tech expert, one who used to work in military intelligence. But after leaving the military, he decided to go into business for himself. He launched a company called Citrix Technologies, which sold spy services to the highest bidder. You heard that right. This guy made money by selling spyware to tyrants and warlords. That's how bad things have gotten in our world today. Information brokers are willing to sell sensitive technology to anyone as long as they make a profit. It doesn't matter if it's the US government, the Israeli Defense Force, or even a criminal organization. Not to mention rogue states like China, India, the Philippines, Mexico, and many others. They all purchase spyware to crack down on their citizens. It's safe to say that this guy wasn't loyal to any country. He was loyal to the dollar and only the dollar. Now, one of the most lucrative products he offered was the black van we saw at the start of this video. This thing was a massive moneymaker for Citrix, and it all had to do with the tech stored inside. You see, the van was loaded with high-powered antennas and radio transmitters that could pull data from people's phones from up to half a mile away. That means from inside the van they could hack into anyone's phone, whether it be their iPhone, Android, laptop or tablet. All they needed was a skilled hacker and the right software. Then they could steal all kinds of information like call logs, text messages, passwords, mic and camera footage, GPS location, and more. In other words, it was the perfect tool for intelligence agencies, authoritarian regimes, and stalker lovers. The best part about it all, it was for sale. Citrix offered these vans to anyone willing to pay the price, and it wasn't cheap. These vans cost anywhere between $10 to $14 million, but if you want the best, you gotta pay for it. Now, considering the amount of money these vans brought in, it's no wonder why Citrix became a household name among intelligence agencies around the world. Both the US and Israeli governments became customers, along with Saudi Arabia, the UAE, China, India, Russia, and a bunch of other countries. Of course, not everyone was happy about this. There were plenty of people who thought what Citrix was doing was wrong. We're talking about stealing people's data without their consent. That's a big deal. But unfortunately, it didn't stop there. You see, the head of Citrix had even bigger plans. He wanted to expand his business and reach new heights, and that meant making more money. So he came up with a brilliant idea. Or perhaps it was evil genius. Either way, he decided to sell the tech inside his van to the highest bidder. And oh boy, did he get an offer he couldn't refuse. Along comes the NSO Group, a cyberarms company based in Israel that specializes in selling hacking tools to both governments and private parties. In 2018, they bought the tech from Citrix for a whopping $140 million. That's right, $140 million for some fancy spy tech. With that kind of cash flow, it's no wonder why NSO became one of the most notorious cyberarms companies in the world. They quickly rose through the ranks and became a major player in the industry. And let's just say their reputation wasn't exactly stellar. NSO had a history of selling their wares to the highest bidder, no questions asked. They didn't care if the buyer was a rogue state or a shady private individual, they just cared about the money. But here's the kicker, they didn't just sell hacking tools, they also sold exploits that could be used to target specific individuals. That's right, they sold the ability to hack into someone's phone or computer system, often without their knowledge. And they did it for a pretty penny too. But who were they selling this stuff to? Well, that's a bit of a mystery. NSO was notoriously tight-lipped about their clients, but rumors swirled about who they might be. Some said it was the Saudi Arabian government, others said it was the United Arab Emirates. But one thing was for sure, NSO was unafraid to make a buck by selling exploits to anyone who was willing to pay the price. Now, fast forward to May 2020 when Citrix suddenly shut down their website and went offline. Their social media accounts disappeared and there was no trace of them anywhere online. It was like they vanished into thin air. Talk about suspicious, right? It raised a lot of eyebrows and sparked rumors about what really happened to Citrix. Did they get hacked themselves? Were they shut down by the government? Or maybe they decided to go legit and change their ways. Who knows? But here's the twist. Just a few months later, Citrix made a comeback, sort of. Out of nowhere, a new company popped up called Espionage, and it was led by the same guy who ran Citrix. Yep, he was back in business, and this time he was offering something even more sinister. Get this. He was selling a $9 million surveillance van that could infiltrate smartphones from half a mile away. Seriously, it was like something out of a spy movie. So how did it work? Well, it's pretty simple. Once the van was parked in a public area, it would emit a signal that could infiltrate smartphones within a 500-meter radius. It was like a magnet for data. The van could then extract information such as call logs, text messages, and even live audio and video feeds. It was like having a personal stalker, except it was a van. And the worst part, it was for sale. Espionage was offering this surveillance tech to anyone who could afford it. No questions asked. But here's the thing. It wasn't just any ordinary van. Oh no, it was packed with cutting-edge tech that could literally spy on people's phones. We're talking about a 4G and 5G cellular connectivity, a real-time geolocation tracking, Bluetooth spoofing, a high-powered directional antenna, various USB ports for connecting external devices, encrypted Wi-Fi, and more. Plus it was built with a low profile in mind, so it could easily blend in with the crowd. They even gave it a catchy name, the Stingray. Just imagine the possibilities, a $9 million van that could spy on people's phones from half a mile away. It was like the ultimate spy gadget. The only problem was, it was for sale. Anyone with deep pockets could buy one and use it to stalk their ex, spy on their neighbors, or even target their political rivals. It was like a real-life version of Black Mirror, and it was terrifying. And the worst part, it was for sale. Spyware didn't care who they made the sale to. They were just happy to make the money. In fact, they were so confident in their product that they offered a money-back guarantee if it didn't live up to its expectations. Seriously, these guys were not messing around. But here's the thing. Not everyone was buying it. Okay, bad pun intended. Many people saw through Spaware's shady tactics and refused to do business with them. But others, well, they were tempted by the promise of easy spying. Imagine being able to spy on your ex or your neighbors without them ever knowing. It was like a dream come true for some people. But the question remained, should you trust Spyware? After all, they had a shady past with Citrix and their business practices were questionable at best. But for those who were desperate to spy on someone, anything goes. In the end, Spyware may have offered a great product, but it was a dangerous one. They were essentially selling a tool that could be used to invade people's privacy, and that is not something to be taken lightly. What do you think about a $9 million spy van? Would you buy it? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.